So being able to eliminate those as quickly as possible is definitely going to make a huge difference to our overall chances of sustaining not too many casualties. Not too many, you know, just a little bit, just the right amount, you know, just the Goldilocks of casualties. And, well, shall we say the Goldilocks choice of porridge. Casualties. Yes, I have no idea what I'm even talking about right now, but anyway, let's just forget about that. So let's move on, and... Oh, no, 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 this is actually the edge of the battlefield. Ooh, okay, that was actually kind of close. Hello and welcome back to the last days. We're going to be continuing our war against Elrond and Rivendell and hopefully try to eliminate them as much as we possibly can at least, and maybe try to impart to them that it is a mistake to take on anyone, actually, in this area. They've been attempting to besiege Dol Guldur for the last couple of days in-game, and I don't know, I've just kind of been running a little bit of interference between them and everyone else in the area, pretty much. And Celeborn has been trying to besiege Troll Cave quite often. That is obviously not that big a deal to me. I don't really mind if Moria or Dol Guldur get eliminated. But if they do, then it just makes things a little bit more difficult against the forces of Rohan and Gondor, of course. But I think Mordor should have everything pretty much in hand there, so I don't think we really need to worry too much about them. But you never know. Sometimes it's always a good idea to have a bit of insurance, and if you want to deal with the forces of Mordor towards the end of the campaign, then, well, that's obviously very much dependent on your own personal preference. Sometimes it's just better to take the evil you know, shall we say. You know, take the evil you know rather than the evil that you may not have a lot of experience fighting against. And generally, we don't have a huge amount of experience fighting against Mordor, but I believe mainly because they are the most powerful faction, with the exception of Gundabad and Rune at the moment, that they are definitely going to be in the top 5 at the very least. I wouldn't be surprised if they're the top 3, maybe even the top 2 in terms of combat strength towards the late game of this campaign file. But anyway, that is indeed a rather splendid victory for us right there. Only one enemy remaining. We only lost 5 units. I'm still rather perplexed about why we always suffer massive amounts of actual casualties rather than just wounded. Because Zigafel is usually okay. She's usually... Oh, well, she was wounded, but technically, the actual skill should still be in effect as we enter. You know what I mean? So I'm not entirely sure why that would have changed so dramatically right there, but oh well, never mind. So this is basically where I've been, and I'm continuing to get that message from Gundabad. I'm not entirely sure why, but I am continuing to get a message that says that I am now the great enforcer for Gundabad, and now I can, you know, take a bunch of people and lead them into battle and so on and so forth. So I'm not entirely sure why that is actually happening, because we became a great enforcer of theirs a while ago, and I'm kind of a bit perplexed as to why they're even telling me that. But anyway, I'm going to be attacking Lord Elrond right here. I mean, I think this is pretty much the only time that we're going to be getting a suitable opportunity to do so, because otherwise he's going to restore himself, we are going to restore ourselves, and then it's going to be him that is having the advantage. He only has about 100 units here or so, so we do have a bit of a numbers advantage on him, but of course most of his units are going to be exceedingly good. They are going to be very, very strong, and we have to be very careful. Yep, as I thought. Look at that. Yeah. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. That is exactly the kind of thing I'm talking about, and the exact reason why I thought it was a good idea to eliminate them as soon as possible. Unfortunately, we did manage to get ourselves killed within the first, 10 seconds of that fight. Gotta say, a bit disappointing to be fair, but our forces are running them down very, very nicely indeed, and I think we should have a decent victory on our hands here. I don't think we're going to lose too many units in the process, and I'm actually going to enable... Can I enable names right now? No, I don't think so. I can't enable names right now, so unfortunately I won't be able to see who's who and who's fighting what. I mean, we can pretty easily tell, nevertheless. I mean, you can quite easily tell that these are elves and The other guys are not, so, you know, there is that. But unfortunately, we are losing a couple of units along the way here. But I did manage to intercept a really, really valuable prisoner train from Lorien, because they actually defeated a... actually, no, it wasn't Lorien, it was actually Mirkwood. I always get mixed up between those two colors for some reason, because they have relatively similar naming colors on their names. But generally, I was able to intercept this from Kusalak. Kusalak and Brodder, I believe, were both eliminated by the Guardians of the Forest. Yeah, they've actually started to attack that particular unique spawn now, and that is really helping to kind of diminish the power of Mirkwood in that area, and hopefully Rune will actually start doing a little bit of something about that, because it has been a while, hasn't it? It's been a while since the Guardians have spawned, and not much has been done about them. So I'm hopeful that that will change in the very near future. However, so basically what happened was, they were in the battle. Obviously, I'm not going to go in there because, let's face it, Kusalak and Brodder are both going to be able to get their armies back very fast indeed, because obviously Rune has unmatched combat strength at the moment, and in my opinion, combat strength, it means everything when it comes to how fast the enemy is able to gain armies and troops and all manners of things back as fast as possible. And because we are unmatched, and because we have 8,000 combat strength, they can pretty much get their armies back almost instantaneously. And I don't really want to sacrifice my own army for the sake of some AI that can very quickly get their armies back, as I said before. So I generally just waited on the outskirts, and I thought to myself, okay, so what is actually going to happen here? You know, I wasn't entirely sure who was going to achieve victory at one point, but then it started to become extremely clear that the Guardians of the Forest were going to absolutely murder everything in the area, and they ended up only losing about 100 units in comparison to Brodder and Kusalak losing 300 in total. So basically what happened then was a prisoner train was created right next to the battle site, which I thought was really quite fantastic. Oh, we have this happening again. Yes, that happened to me a long time ago, and I'm not entirely sure what actually caused it, but hopefully it's not going to come up again, because it started spamming my my text log again and again at the time, so hopefully it's not going to do that this time, but we'll see, I suppose. Anyway, that prisoner train spawned, and I went in to attack, and obviously they only had about 50 or so units to defend, and they had 75 rescued prisoners for me to take, and I just cherry-picked a couple of really, really high tier ones, and basically that's the reason why I have so many war riders and so many warlords now as well, because there were a bunch of those in there, so it really, really helped us out a pretty great deal. So anyway, unfortunately Zigafel still cannot create werewolves. I'm actually going to be heading on over to Mount Gundabad here, because I have a feeling that I'm going to be running around for a little bit of time, and my training could very much be put to better effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a bunch of Warg Riders, Berserkers, North Clan Riders, and maybe a couple of extra skirmishers there. I would like to take some regular orcs, some goblins. Actually, you know what? I'm going to take everything. I'm going to take all these guys. I'll take all these guys, and we'll see what happens with that. I wouldn't mind going to Gundabad itself and actually getting some more. I'm starting to be a little bit more welcoming to the idea that we should have more units in general. And obviously Rune is not really capable of fielding a massive army, because of course they're not. You know, they're much more to do with, well, skillful units, I guess. Don't tell Gundabad about that, but yes, the point is that they're usually going to be much stronger and much harder to kill. However, I'm finding that Rune, only having Rune units makes them almost too difficult to replace. And when they die, it's a pretty significant blow to our overall party's combat strength. So for example, if I were to go into a battle right now and lose, I don't know, 5 Balkoth horse archers and 10 war riders. That's basically, you know, that's a big amount of damage that we're losing right there. So it's pretty significant. However, if we have a bunch of fodder, again, sorry Gundabad, but yes, if you have a bunch of fodder, then you're going to be able to soften the blow a little bit, at least a little bit, against your more valuable units, and I'm hopeful that that is exactly what Gundabad's units are going to be able to do for us. So we'll see whether we can make that work. Thranduil's Halls is still perfectly fine, as you can see right there. Kind of unfortunate. And there's the Guardian. Oh, hello there. Okay, wait a minute. Brodder is... Come on, guys. Yes, 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 yes. Come over here, come over here. Come on now. Oh, this is perfect. Wow. You would think that I orchestrated this just for the recording, but I didn't. Oh, yes, trust me. There's no backroom deals going on here, that's for sure. Okay, so yeah, hopefully they're going to be able to absolutely murder these Guardians of the Woodland Realm. I really don't want to head in here because, let's face it, going and fighting within Mirkwood is probably one of the most disgusting things that you can do in the last days, especially as people that are reliant on horse archers. It is almost impossible, in my opinion. Okay, well, whatever the case, let's just get another werewolf right there, and we're going... should I go in? Should I go in? I'm kind of in two minds about it. I don't really want to be honest. You know what? I'm gonna go in when it's daytime again, okay? I'm gonna go... now it's basically too late. Yeah, now it's basically too late. Okay, well, whatever the case, let's just go in right there and we'll see what we can do. I mean, literally, they only have 67 remaining. Okay, yeah, should I turn off the names, thank you. There's way too much spam going on there as well. Oh, it's actually, can I see? Can you see? I mean, it's literally raining, thundering, lightning all over the place. It's just... it's going to be a little bit difficult to see nevertheless. And this is a much smaller map than I'm used to, so this is going to maybe be a little bit easier for us to deal with. But the Guardians of the Woodland Realm will hopefully be relatively easy to deal with because I'm hopeful that most of their high-tier units will have been killed in the lengthy skirmish that we witnessed beforehand, and that I'm not going to have to worry about them too much. Unfortunately, they do seem to still be putting up a pretty significant fight, so this is not good. There we go, come on. Try and get in there. Try and do some... Yes, there we go. Good damage, good damage. Now, don't die, thank you. No, 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 no. I do not want to die, that's the thing. I have become a little bit complacent in my own health for some reason. And I don't know why that is, but it seems to be happening more and more often in the last days. And that is something that has to stop, because if we want to actually do something useful later on in the series, like, you know, actually staying alive in some sieges, then it would probably be a good idea to foster some better habits before we actually get to the point where we are facing some extremely strong enemies in defensible locations in some incredibly difficult siege. But there you go. That was actually quite nice. Ooh, unfortunately, Zigafel has suffered a serious wound, and she has lost 1 riding, 2 agility, and melee skill. But that is actually not too bad. As we have seen, the wounds and things like that, they can be repaired over time, so we shouldn't have to worry too much about that, but that is definitely a big blow to our plans, I suppose you could call them, but yeah, maybe not so much, maybe not so much. It really very much depends on what Rune decides to do now. But now that we have eliminated the Guardians of the Woodland Realm, it is pretty much a done deal. There's pretty much nothing the enemy can do, and as you can see, they are continually crushed. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh! Okay! I had no idea that that was actually the main trigger for destroying Mirkwood once and for all. That is very interesting. I had no idea that that was actually the case. My bad, my bad. As I said before, I've never really taken note of what has been going on up here, and in my elf playthrough that I had beforehand, I was playing as Mirkwood, so obviously I never really got to that point where Mirkwood was in any kind of danger to be eliminated. So that's actually really interesting to me. Okay, let's go for another point in charisma. Let's go for another point in leadership. Let's get some more points in two-handed and a little bit in polearms, just in case we do use some polearms at some point. And there we go. All right, so let me actually just take a quick look at the recent messages right here, just to see exactly what happened. So, the remnant forces of the Woodland Realm have gathered to reinforce the South Rovanian Theatre. And, okay, the strength of the remaining allied factions of the South Rovanian Theatre have increased. The forces of Rune march to South Rovanian. Okay, that is actually fine. So that means that Rune and Gundabad and all those guys, they're all going to be heading down here. I assume we're going to be fighting these guys quite often as well now. So Lothlorien and Elrond's people are, of course, going to be our main focus, as well as Rohan, potentially a little bit as well. So we'll see how that goes. Ooh, Kerin Dolan has been besieged. Yes, I will go and assist if I can. Let's do it. Oh, Gondor's not looking good. Look at that. Gondor is not looking good. They are currently on fair combat strength, and Mordor has now become unmatched. Are you serious? Already? That's pretty crazy. Okay, let's just head in there, just eliminate those guys super fast, and then we'll move on. We do get a little bit of extra experience as well for that small fight. Let's get some skirmishes. Okay, so is this still under siege? This is under siege as well. So Dol Guldur and Moria are both attacking these places. Let's see if they are still here. They don't appear to be, as you can see. Right. Okay. Good to know. Yes, they do tend to do that quite often. Ah, there we go. Gundabad is here. I thought it was Dol Guldur that did this, but it's Gundabad actually going in. Wow. That's a pretty aggressive maneuver on their part. I wonder where Rune is, to be honest. Ah, wait a minute. What's going on here? What's going on here? Ah, this is a massive battle. Okay, this is actually going to be super fun to watch, in my opinion. Let's see if... Wait. Come on. Get in here. Why is he not coming? Does he not want to join? Okay, apparently he doesn't want to join. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to go in and just assist as much as I possibly can. And bear in mind, this is not Mirkwood. We're actually fighting in Lorien Forest now, which is so much better in almost every single way. And, well, actually it's better for them too, because they can quite clearly see me, and it's going to be super easy for them to actually murder me without too many difficulties. So I'm hopeful that... Oh, no, I ran into a tree already. That is pretty awful. Okay, wait a minute. I think I might be alright. I think I might be okay. Let's just see if I can run along their lines a little bit here, try and do some damage, try and not get murdered by any kind of spearmen, because let's face it, spearmen are the worst nemesis of this kind of character, so hopefully that is not going to stop us. There we go, take out that Rivendell rider, thank you very much. We just basically need to focus on the Rivendell riders as much as we possibly can, and on the hero units, because I don't know whether you've noticed, but the hero units of the elves, they are basically one-man armies. They are so strong. They're really good. So being able to eliminate those as quickly as possible is definitely going to make a huge difference to our overall chances of sustaining not too many casualties. Not too many, you know, just a little bit, just the right amount, you know, just the Goldilocks of casualties. And, well, shall we say the Goldilocks choice of porridge. Casualties. Yes, I have no idea what I'm even talking about right now, but anyway, let's just forget about that. So let's move on, and... Oh, no, this is actually the edge of the battlefield. Ooh, okay, that was actually kind of close. That was a little bit too close for my liking. Oh, we've got some nice trolls coming in here too. So even if we do need some assistance, the trolls will do massive damage. I'm liking this. Actually, you know what? I kind of feel like I should have played as Gundabad in this particular series. I feel like that would have been super fun, but I didn't actually have a man character in the last days yet, and I kind of had an Uruk/Orc kind of character before, so I thought to myself, okay, yeah, we're just gonna play as a man this time, just for variety's sake, you know what I mean? But I kind of like how Gundabad is playing right now, and I kind of feel like their units, while they are, well, quintessentially mostly fodder, their skirmishers and their goblin riders and their warg riders and things like that, they actually seem decent. You know, they actually seem all right. You know, not too bad. But maybe I'm just seeing it with rose-tinted goggles or something like that, because maybe it's just literally the fact that I'm in here that they're actually doing okay because they're unmatched at the moment, and it might be that they just have an overwhelming amount of units to throw at this battle. It could just be that, to be honest. Let's murder this guy. Get him. Get that, never mind. Never mind. Okay, just kill that swordsmaster. Kill a bunch of people here. I'm not doing too badly. I would like to... Oh, the trolls! Look at this! The trolls are in here. This is nice. Oh, they are throwing everyone around. That is working very, very nicely. Maybe I can help them out a little bit. I'm surprised these Dunedain have not run beforehand. The sight of a troll in amongst your comrades must be extremely frightening. And we've got some more people coming in here. They are fresh units, fresh recruits to the slaughter. And hopefully they will not murder us too easily here. Okay, here we go, here we go. Nice. Take out that Rivendell rider, that's nice. Can we do some more? Ah, my horse is going down. My horse is going down. You know what I'm actually going to do? I'm actually going to get off. And I'm just going to go on foot. Let's do this. Oh, they had no idea what was about to befall them. Did you see that? Oh, yes. That was nice. Okay, maybe I can do a little bit more here as well. Oh, hello there. You got stopped. Oh, really? I'm actually surprised that happened. Okay. Murder him. Yes. That is what we like to see. I'm dead. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. As soon as I got dazed from behind right there, I knew 100% that there was definitely going to be some kind of fatal blow coming my way. Anyway, let's have a look and see exactly what is happening here. I'm actually not entirely sure. I mean, I think I've contributed quite nicely to this particular fight. I have no idea how many units I have personally killed. I think I've killed quite a few, but I don't think I'm going to be able to stay in here for that much longer. I think I need to probably get out of here, because I think, in general, reinforcements have arrived. Reinforcements have arrived, so that might very well be enough. It's not looking good, actually. It is not looking good. Okay, I'm actually going to get out of there. As you can see, we lost 31 of my own units, which is also the main reason why I'm kind of a little bit, you know, a little bit not too pleased about it. And as you can see, we have 235 against the enemy's 75. So technically I could go back in here, as you can see, with a very small smidgen of HP. And we'll see if maybe I can do something about it. Maybe I can stay alive a little bit. If I die immediately, then I'm just going to retreat and let Gundabad deal with this. But if I'm able to get a couple of kills, then that will be worth it. What a wasted opportunity that was. Did you see that? I had the blind side. I was approaching. They didn't see me. I could have easily swung there, but I was being very, very careful. Too careful, in actual fact. So we should definitely watch out for that a little bit more often, in my opinion. But there you go. I believe this is indeed a victory for us. I don't think they can really do anything against us. It was the right decision to retreat right there, although it is going to result in less rank points for us in the end. At least I think so. Maybe it won't, maybe it will. Let's just reserve judgment until we actually see. And let's see what we're going to get. All right. Oh, no, we actually gained it. Look at that. 400... Wow. 440 rank points with Mount Gundabad. That is really, quite insane, especially considering we actually took out a massive contingent of enemy elves. Look at how many of their vassals were actually here. I think all of them, in actual fact. I think so many of them, they might have even had the highest ranking people there. I mean, obviously Elrond was there. I think Celeborn was there as well. So having all of those guys there, and then Master Berza to actually stay out of the fight has made maybe one of the best tactical maneuvers or best strategic decisions of the entire northern campaign, because now that has meant that he is full strength and he can literally go straight in and do massive damage, and that is exactly what he is no doubt going to do to this nearby siege. So let me actually just spec a little bit more into whatever we want to go for. We're going to go for some more pathfinding, more trainer skill with Zigafel right here. We're going to go for a little bit more in throwing as well, because she does have a throwing weapon after all. And otherwise, yeah, they're going to be easily able to take this now as well, even without my assistance. I only have 73 people available for battle right now, and that's just a caravan. Okay. Interesting. I'm not entirely sure where they're going after that caravan, but I suppose every little helps. And now he's gone in. Look at that. He's actually gone in. So I'm actually... Oh. What? How did Lord Elrond get his... Oh, no, he didn't. Look at that. He literally just pulled out some units randomly, magically from somewhere. Maybe his bottomless bag or something like that. And now he's literally come out here with only 4% HP. He only has 4% HP. What a crazy, crazy guy he is. But you can't say that he's not passionate, because he certainly is. Anyway, I'm going to have to leave these guys to their own devices. I'd like to try and get back and maybe get some more units from Gundabad, get some more units from Rune, and also get some food. That's probably going to be kind of important for us. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.